Another topic. Y'all know we like to do this thing. Break it up, 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 break it up. But this next post, I'm gonna display this one on screen as well. Boom. Now, what you guys are seeing there with your very eyes is a man walking, like he's holding a little baby carriage or whatever you want to call it, and he's walking on the side of the street, and it says, man says his girlfriend kicked him out of her car after he made her monthly payment. He said, I just paid her car note and insurance. She put me out on the side of the road. What am I? Now, let's really talk about this, because whenever we have a situation where you see a man, not choosing to provide for kids, whether they're rightfully his kids or not, whatever the case may be, we like to get on these men a lot, give them smoke. And when I say we, I mean y'all females like to do so a lot, or the men that just like to cater to how women feel. They don't got no real opinion how they really feel. They just gonna base on what the female's saying. But they just don't. But we gonna talk about it, because back in the day, I don't even want to say back in the day, but like y'all seen clips like that. I'll bring up a certain clip for example. It was a clip where a guy, kid went to go get his son. Mother is there. She has a couple different kids with different men. So when the dad pulls up, he brings McDonald's, but he brings it just to his son. Now, it was just this big viral conversation that was happening around the time. Everybody's talking about how the man is wrong because there's other kids in the house. How you just going to feed him or just feed your kid and not feed the rest of the kids? But technically, the rest of the kids aren't his, right? But everybody was saying that's wrong, yada, yada, yada. You got the kids in the house. If you already know it's kids in the house, how you just going to bring kids for him and nobody else? But, like, it's other food in the house. Like, that's not really his responsibility. But y'all gave him that smoke. Let's give this young lady the smoke as well. Now, her name has not been actually identified. But, like I said, everybody's got something to say about deadbeat dads. But we're going to talk about some deadbeat mom. Because, ladies, I get it. Emotional creatures, emotional beings, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes they make decisions based off emotion, how they feel in the moment, whether it's right or wrong, but basically just how it made them feel. But you were that emotional that you kicked out not only your baby father, but you kicked out your baby as well. Now, you got this man walking on the side of the road with his baby. Now, granted, I was looking at the picture. It looked like he does have a little Louis V belt around his neck, so I'm sure he could have called an Uber to pick up him and his child. But that is beyond the point. We got to talk about this deadbeat mom, because that's cold, right? Granted, it's in the daytime, it's not nighttime, but anytime you're putting your baby in a situation where a baby is not supposed to be at, we got to fault you for it. We got to. Because regardless of whatever happened, gone through his phone, made some cheating, yada yada, whatever the case may be, all of that is unexcusable. Regards to leave your baby and the baby, and I keep saying like baby and the baby's father's baby. No, the baby and your baby that you left on the side of the road. Now, I get it. I don't get it, but we just got to do the same smoke to the women, because a lot of times conversations seem to be revolving around baby, or what the fathers aren't doing and not being the parent and not making this money and child support and all this other stuff. But it's like, that's why when stories like this pop up, we got to talk about it as well, because it's just as well as many deadbeats or as many deadbeat moms as there is deadbeat dads, right? But it seems like it doesn't get the same attention, because like I was saying before, women a little bit more emotional. They'll justify things just based on how they emotionally feel. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's ever okay to leave. I mean, cool. You and your baby, you and your baby daddy got something going on, and whatever y'all can't seem to get right. All right, cool. That's on y'all. Y'all gonna have to figure it out how y'all figure it out. But when you start doing stuff and it's starting to affect the baby, that's where you start to have a problem, because like it's an innocent person, an innocent bystander, and all this, who has no control of what goes on, who is just literally there for the circus. You know what I mean? But shout out to his dad because obviously he stayed with his baby, and I don't know. It's always weird though too when you see situations like this, and then like it's a picture of like the little situation because it makes you think like, is it trolling or is it real? I think it's definitely 100% real because what man would lie about him and this baby getting kicked out the car? Fellas, just show hands. Have you ever dealt with a female and she's tried to kick you out the car before? There's your answer. I know I wasn't crazy like this. Stuff like this definitely um definitely do be happening. But it's a social media era, so we always gotta look um things just a little bit closer than we normally would because it's just a lot of stuff going on. But I think this actually was real. You know, he just set up his phone like it's probably like a little fire hydrant, like a little park bench he put his phone on, and then he was carrying his baby. So not only was he a good father, but he's also a good promoter as well. Very useful when it comes to social media because I'm sure now whoever knows this person, whoever knows the dad, and then knows the girl as well, they gonna give her the rightful smoke that she definitely deserves. Oh well, I came back and nah, there ain't no picture of you coming back. So as far as we know, whatever we saw on camera, that's what happened, and you're dead wrong. Um, but just let this be a sign not only for men, but for this really for the men. Honestly, be careful who you having babies with. You know, even though she's fine and all this stuff, you obviously want to deal with a person who's going to be, inept to actually, I want to say that. I want to say, she's actually, capable and she has the want to actually want to be a mother. Not somebody when she gets mad at you, she gonna take it out on the baby because at the end of the day, no matter what y'all two got going on, like you want to deal with somebody who's actually gonna still, show some type of respect and decency for your baby. So like even if y'all, y'all together and y'all end up breaking up and y'all co-parent, even if y'all got a co-parent, like confident you got somebody who actually gives a damn about being, an actual parent and actually being in their kid's life and make sure that their kids are always going to be, protected. They're always going to be safe. But fellas, just something for you guys out there to think about because it's definitely a crazy world. And the people that you expect to do things, people that aren't supposed to do things and they do things, it get tricked sometimes. So just be on y'all P's and Q's and make sure y'all care about these women that y'all dealing with. But y'all let me know. I just gotta ask, kind of already know how you guys are gonna lean towards this. Is the baby mama wrong? Does she have a good reason? Is the baby daddy right? Or is this dude lying? I just curiously want to know.